Welcome back, children. Welcome to second session of Whatever We Do lesson. In the last class, you have learnt how our words and action should be in a society. Our words and action should be in a polished and polite way, isn't it? So let us see what has the author explained in today's lesson. But before that, check your answers. I had given you some questions. Just check your answers and we shall move on to the next part. Here comes the first one. What are the different ways of thanking others? Thanks. Thanks a lot. I am grateful to you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now second question. How can we make this world better according to the author? According to the author, we can better this world with our better words and better actions. Now the third question. How did the two auto drivers react to the author's request? The first auto driver just downed the meter. The second one said that he had to return the auto and called another auto driver and told him to take the author to his destination. Now the fourth question. How should the doctors behave with their patient according to the author? They must speak with the patients. Talking nicely and reassuringly is also a part of treatment. A couple of friendly words from the doctor or even a smile can make the patient feel better. Now we shall move on to today's lesson. Before that, let me introduce to you some glossary words, their meanings and usage. Here comes the first one, alms. Money, clothes, food given away to the poor. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? ಭಿಕ್ಷೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. How can we use this in a sentence? We must give alms to the needy. We shall move on to the next word. Persist, to behave firmly. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ದೃಢವಾಗಿ ವರ್ತಿಸು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. The reporter persisted with his questioning. Now the next word, innovation. Introduction of new things or ideas. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸತನ ತರುವಿಕೆ, ನಾವೀನ್ಯತೆ ತರುವಿಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. How can we use this in a sentence? Nowadays, we see innovation in photography. Now the next word, fare. Old fashioned or formal food that is offered as a meal. ಭೋಜನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. Some restaurants in Bangalore are famous for the tasty fare they offer. Here comes the next word, devoid, lacking, empty. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು? ಇಲ್ಲದ, ಶೂನ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. The apartment in which Rohit lives is devoid of all comforts. ಅಂದರೆ comforts ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Now the next word, courtesy, good manners. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೌಜನ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. We must treat elderly people with courtesy. Isn't it, children? We should always show courtesy to elderly people. Next word, relegate, give less importance. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೂಲೆ ಗುಂಪು ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಳಸ್ಬೋದು ಇದನ್ನು? ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ರೆಲಿಗೇಟೆಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ನ ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟಾಗಿ ಈಗ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಮೂಲೆ ಗುಂಪಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದಿ ಲೆಸನ್. ಟೇಕ್ ಪೇಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ at 76 and look at paragraph number 9. Even a very ordinary thing like giving alms to a beggar can be done in a better way. Here, take this. We can say nicely and with some feeling. What do most people do? They refuse to look at the beggar. If he persists, they indicate that he should go ahead. Some say, munde hogappa, or some such thing. So according to the author, how should we behave with beggars? We can say, here, take this, with some feeling. And what do some people do? They refuse to look at the beggars. We should not do that, children. And some people say, munde hogappa. Just they say that. We should never do that. So let's move on to the next part of this paragraph. Some don't say anything but try to shun the beggar by their body language. And finally, when the giving becomes inevitable, they give grudgingly. If we decide to give alms, should we not do so gracefully? In Mumbai, they have a nice way of saying maaf karo. It's a nice way of saying, sorry, I am not able to give. And what should we do if we want to give? We should give it gracefully. You know that. But what do some people do? If it becomes inevitable, they give grudgingly. ಏನೋ ಬೈಕೊಂಡು ಅಥವಾ ಮುಖವನ್ನು ಗಂಟು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಇಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ಫುಲಿ. ಮುಂಬೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಿಧಾನ ಇದೆಯಂತೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ದೇ ಸೇ? ಮಾಫ್ ಕರೋ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್, ಸಾರಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ವಿ ಶಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್. We have a number of notices, instructions and orders like no parking, no smoking, no admission, visitors' cars not allowed, and so on and so forth. Don't these terms sound rather rough? See children, here we have some notices. So how do they sound? No parking. It sounds rather rough, isn't it? Even ನಾವು ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಒರಟಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. So how can we make them read polite? Here also I have some notices like no swimming, road closed, do not disturb, no fishing, one way. So how can we make these notices sound more polite? So here we have no swimming. How can we make this into polite one? Thank you for not swimming. Road closed. How can we make it into polite one? Road closed. Sorry for the inconvenience. Then next one, do not disturb, please don't disturb. This is how we can make them sound more polite. True, people are trying to be brief because brevity is a genuine need in such public notices. But we have seen that at least in the case of smoking, people have made some innovation. Nowadays, they write thank you for not smoking. So ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇವನ್ನ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ನೋಟಿಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವನ್ನ ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ನೋ ಸ್ಮೋಕಿಂಗ್, ನೋ ಪಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಪೊಲೈಟ್ ಒನ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಥರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನೋಟಿಸ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಷನ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಮೋಕಿಂಗ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ನೋ ಸ್ಮೋಕಿಂಗ್. ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ದಿ ರೈಟರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೀಮ್ಸ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಮೋಕಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ ಬೋರ್ಡನ್ನು ಇವರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್. ನಾವು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ನಂಬರ್ 11. Can't we try to use better terms in other cases also? I am not suggesting that in every case we should say thank you for. We can think of innovative methods to make our orders, instructions and notices sound more polite and more polished. In South India, some restaurants are famous for the tasty fare they offer. Naturally, therefore, they have big rush and it is a problem for the management. So here what is the writer saying is, he is not suggesting that we should always use thank you for. ಇದಂನೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. We can think of innovative methods of making our statements polite. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಪೊಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಹೊಸ ಥರದ ಒಂದು ಏನಾದರೂ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವರೊಂದಿಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮುಂಬೈನ ಒಂದು ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಗಿವ್ ವೆರಿ ಟೇಸ್ಟಿ ಫೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೀಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ usually they will have big rush. So what do they do? Let's see in the next paragraph. In one such restaurant, I saw a board, don't sit here for a long time. How odd. Can they not say the same thing in better words? Luckily, I saw in another place a board, please make room for waiting customers. In yet another place, I saw a notice which read, kindly make room for waiting friends. ಹೇಗೆ ಇದು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಲೇಖಕರು. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ದೇರ್? ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂಥರ ರೂಡಾಗಿ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ರೂಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಂತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಬೆಟರ್? ಎಸ್. See how nice it is. Kindly make room for waiting friends. Instead of using customers, he has used friends. And he has used the word kindly. So, using a single word can bring changes in the statement that we make. They make them polite. So, here what I want to say is, it has bettered step by step. Next, it is our practice to be brief while sending telegrams. Here again the reason is brevity. We want to save words in order to cut costs. So, if someone wants to request his brother to receive him at the station, he might send a telegram somewhat like this. Reaching Mumbai Thursday, Shatabdi meet station. So, ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಇವರು ಈ ಥರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಿವಿಟಿ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಪದಗಳಿರಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇನ್ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವರ್ಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿದಷ್ಟು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅವನ ಅಣ್ಣನನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹೇಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಮುಂಬೈ ಥರ್ಸ್ಡೇ ಶತಾಬ್ದಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ rather rude or rough. So can we change this into a polite one? Yes, we can. How it can be made? Now just for the sake of one word, the telegram has become totally devoid of any courtesy. So what could be additional cost of adding please? Nowadays, telegram has been relegated to the background due to the coming of the telephone and the internet. As I have told you in the beginning itself, ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೂ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪದವನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪೊಲೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಬಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ದ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ಟೆಸಿ? ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ, ಆರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಐ ಸೇ ಹಿಯರ್, ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್? Instead of saying, may I know who is calling please? In a certain book on communication, I found a very interesting method of asking who is calling. So, while using telegram, it was the problem of the cost, isn't it? We are not using telegram. But has the problem solved according to the author? No. Even while speaking in the phone, they don't use the polite statements. They just say, who is this? Who is speaking? Instead of that, how can they make it more polite? May I know who is speaking? ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಹೋಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡೋ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಪೊಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಟೆಲಿಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ನ ಈ ಥರ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬದಲು ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆಸ್ಕ್, ಮೇ ಐ ನೋ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್. ಇನ್ ಎ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಬುಕ್ ಆನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್, ದ ರೈಟರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ speaking over the phone. Let us see what is that. If you call Mr. Patel in his office, his secretary will receive the call, and before connecting to Mr. Patel, she would want to know who the caller is so that she can inform the same to Mr. Patel. Mr. Patel ಅನ್ನೋರಿಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಅವರು ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಯಾರು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಹೇಗೆ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಸೇ? ಶಿ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಈವನ್ ಮೇ ಐ ನೋ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಶಿ ಸೇಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್? ದ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್: ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್. ಐ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ವಿಶ್ ಟು ನೋ ಹೂ ಯು ಆರ್, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಮೀ ಹೂ ಯು ಆರ್. ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಅವಳು ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮೇ ನೋ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾಳಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ? ಕೆನ್ ಐ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಶಿ ಸೇ? ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಪಟೇಲ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಹಿಯರ್? ಶಿ ಡಸಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ಹೂ ಯು ಆರ್. ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ, ಬಟ್ ಶಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಶಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ನೋ who you are. That is why she says, can I tell Mr. Patel who is calling please? So it is rather polite. Let's move on to the next paragraph now. Consider how we respond when someone says thank you to us. In the olden days, people used to say, don't mention it. Later, people started using the phrase, it's all right. Nowadays, people say, you are welcome or simply welcome. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? ನಾವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಇನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ if somebody does some favor for you, we know how to thank them, isn't it? If somebody say thanks to us, how do we say, how do we react? In the olden days, they used to say, don't mention it or mention not ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. And then, it's all right ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಥವಾ you are welcome or simply welcome. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಒಬ್ರು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we react. Let's move on to the 14th paragraph. One method of improving your communication with others is to put you before I as far as possible. Consider some words like union, united, building, guiding, trusting, communication, and so on. In these words, the letter U comes before the letter I. So, how can we improve our communication? When we speak to somebody who is in front of us, we should give importance to them. That is why he says, we should put you before I. So, that is the intention here. This is how we can improve our communication. So, the writer has given some examples like union, united, building, guiding, trusting, communication. See these words. In all these words, you comes before I. I have highlighted it. So, to say that you stands before I, we should place you before I. The writer has given these words. This indicates to us that we should try to put you, that is the other person, before I. If I wish to thank someone for the nice party, I can say, your party was so enjoyable, I thank you. Another instance, your letter made me very happy. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯುವರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಎಂಜಾಯಬಲ್, ಐ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯುವರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಎಂಜಾಯಬಲ್, ಐ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಯುವರ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಮೀ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೆಟರ್, ಐ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. Your letter made me very happy. This is how we can improve our communication and we can make them sound more polite. It may be noted that there is no limit to the improvement we can make in our action or speech, nor can we say that a particular action or form of speech is the best. There is no formula. So, we may think, is there any formula to improve our communication, or is there any limit to the improvement? No, there is no limit, children, and there is no formula. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನೂ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಅಕೇಶನ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಟು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅವೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ನೀಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದಿ ಒಕೇಶನ್, a situation where we are speaking, what we are speaking, it depends on that. The whole idea is that we should make our action or words better and better. That is the main idea of this lesson, children. So, here let me check your comprehension now. You have to choose the polite statement. First one, I want to speak to Raju. May I speak to Raju? Which one do you select as the polite statement? Yes, you are right, children. This is the polite one. So, next one, could you please repeat it? What did you say? If somebody is speaking, you just want them to repeat it. How will you say? What did you say? Anta keltira. Athwa could you please repeat it? Anta keltira. Which one is the polite one? Yes, you are right. Shall we move on to the next slide now? Could you please call back later? I am busy, call back later. ಯಾರೋ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಗ ನೀವು ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬ್ಯುಸಿ, ಕಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ. ಕುಡ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ. ಎರಡೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು, ಆದರೆ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪೊಲೈಟ್ ಒನ್, ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪೊಲೈಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್? ಎಸ್, ಕುಡ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಲೇಟರ್. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ದ ಬುಕ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ದ ಬುಕ್. ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ to give their book. So how will you ask them? Give me the book anta keltira. Please give me the book antana. Yes, it is the polite one. The word please itself says that it is the polite one. Now let's move on to the next. Sorry, I'm a bit busy right now. Leave me alone. You want to be alone sometime, maybe. And what do you say? Do you say leave me alone or sorry, I am a bit busy right now? Yes, children, you are right. Now here are some statements. Let me check. You have to tell me whether these statements are right or wrong. We should give alms to the beggar gracefully. Do you give it gracefully, children? Yes, it's right. Public notices and orders need not be in a polished manner. Polished manner ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ವಾ ಅದು? ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ತರನೇ ಇರಬಹುದಾ? No, it is wrong. We can make them more polite and polished ones. We must give importance to the other person who we are speaking with. Yes, we have to give them importance. There is a limit to the improvement we can make in our action or speech. Is there any limit, children? No, there is no limit. There is no formula for the best action or best form of speech. Is there any formula that can be used in our communication to make it better or the best? No, there is no formula. Now, we shall discuss some grammar points now. Do you remember in the last class we have discussed about simple present tense. In today's class, we shall discuss about simple past tense. Then where do we use simple past tense? Simple past tense is used to describe a completed activity that happened in the past. In other words, it started in the past and ended in the past. Started in the past and ended in the past. ಹೇಗೆ ಇದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ನಡೆದಿದೆ, ಅದು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿ, ಭೂತಕಾಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ಭೂತಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗಿ ಆಗಲೇ ಮುಗಿದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಡೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಗಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೋಸ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟೇಬಲ್. Here I have given a table. You have to compose sentences using it. Let's start it. Pandavas went to the forest. You can observe I have used Pandava and I have taken the first column after the Pandavas, that is the second one. Pandavas went to the forest. Then how do you make sentence for the next one? Pandavas ran after a deer. Then third one, Pandavas went deep into the forest. Fourth one, Pandavas wanted to satisfy their thirst. You must observe the word went, ran, and then again went, wanted. All these words are in the past tense. So when we use these words, whole sentence changes into the past tense. Now let's try with the word walk. I have used walk with these pronouns as I had done in the last class. So how can we make sentence using walk? I walked to school yesterday. He walked to school yesterday. One thing you must remember, children, while using walked, you should not say walked. You should say walked. He walked to school yesterday. She walked to school yesterday. We walked to school yesterday. They walked to school yesterday. So shall we practice with one more word? Right. So you should think of the past tense of this word. What is past tense of this word? Wrote. So, shall we begin writing sentences using these pronouns? I wrote a letter. He wrote a letter. She wrote a letter. We wrote a letter. They wrote a letter. Now, do you observe any change while using this walk? Of course, we have changed that to ed form. VED, that is the past tense. But do you observe any changes while using with other pronouns? As you observed in the last class, in the simple present tense, we used V0 and VS form, isn't it? But do you observe any such changes in this table while using this word? No, no children, there is no change while using this. We use VED form. So, I, we, you, they, he, she, it, all these words take VED form. There is no change in it. Okay, now you have one more activity here. Change the following statement into the simple past. They eat 10 chapatis. They ate 10 chapatis. See the word, we have changed eat to ate. Only that word has been changed. So, the whole sentence has been changed to the simple past. She walks very slowly. She walked very slowly. So, walk changes to walk. Now, next one. You write very neatly. You wrote very neatly. Will you try the next one, children? I drink water. How do you make sentence? How do you change it? I drank water. Now, let's recall what we have learned so far. Here comes the first question. How should we give alms to the beggar? ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಭಿಕ್ಷುಕರಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಭಿಕ್ಷೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತೀರಾ? We should give alms to the beggar gracefully. Second question. How would public notices need to be changed according to the author? According to the author, we must make public notices more polite and more polished by using innovative methods. ಅವೇನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಗೇ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಮ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದೆಮ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪೊಲೈಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಶ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಹೊಸತನವನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಪೊಲೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನೌ ದಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ವೈ ಡಸ್ ದಿ ಆಥರ್ ಸೇ that there is no formula for the best action or the best form of speech? There is no limit to the improvement that can be made in our action or speech. It depends on the occasion and it may be possible to continuously make improvement. So, there is always possibility to make improvement. So, there is no limit in it. There is no formula to make our communication better. Now, I have given you some fill-ups. What you have to do? You have to fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verbs given in brackets. You can see here in the brackets, I have given some verb form, base form. What you have to do? You have to change this word to the past tense and you have to fill in these blanks. Let us see, you know this story, isn't it, children? Once there was a crow, it blank, feel very thirsty. So, what do you write here? Yes, you are right, children. It felt very thirsty. It blank in the bracket go to a garden. What do you write here? Went to a garden. It blank a pot. So, what do you write here? You change see to saw. There was only a little water in the pot. It dash of a plan. What did it do? It thought of a plan. So, thought is the past tense form of think. It collected some stones and put them into the pot one by one. So, you should remember one thing. For put, there is no change while using in the past. It remains the same. Even with hit, cut also. You cannot say cutted, putted, hitted. No, it is wrong usage. So, you should say put, cut and hit. Put them into the pot one by one. The water. So, what will you write here? Came up. The crow drink the water. Is it correct? No, it is drank the water and flew away. Flew is the past tense form of fly. So, is it clear, children? All these sentences are in simple past. We shall move on to the next session. We have come to the end of this lesson. Let me give you some assignment questions. Here are some assignment questions. First one, pick out some public notices and try to make them read more polite. Imagine that you are talking to someone on the phone. How would you start the conversation? So, how will you begin your conversation over the phone? That you have to write here. Imagine that there is a beggar begging. He comes to you. You have nothing to give. What will you say to him? Here are some statements. You have to change these statements into polite statements. You know how to change them into polite statements by using innovative methods. You are wrong. Second one, I don't like this dish. Close the door. Help me to complete this work. Switch off the lights. Don't disturb. Who is calling? So, how will you make these statements into polite one? Just think it over and change it, children. Okay, children, thank you for watching the lesson. Stay safe and answer all these questions and submit it to your teacher. And you can also scan QR code given in your textbook and do the activities given over there.